Hey guys, this is the Fort Worth Clock Guy, and I thought I would do a little EDC update. You know, a couple new items that I've picked up in the last couple weeks, actually the last week or so, and just kind of wanted to show you guys, and because you're probably going to be seeing some of these in my future videos. So the first thing that I picked up was I was lucky to get my hands on this nice G-Shock. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I've had this fossil steel watch, and I've had it since 2006, and I love that watch. But it is very heavy, so I find myself taking it off a lot. Especially at work or when I'm out doing stuff, because number one, I don't want to break it, and number two, it's heavy. And so when I got this and started wearing this, I've been wearing it about a week now. I've really noticed how heavy my other watch is. So this has kind of been a nice alternative, when I want to go more lightweight. This has been a great watch, and I just love the way that it looks. It's nice to have contrast. It's just something different. And the contrast of the white with the black and gold, not really gold, brass, copper-ish color on the face, the inlays. I just think it looks great. So I really enjoyed this watch this last week. And again, this is more of a casual kind of watch. So I'm still going to be wearing my Fossil quite a bit, especially in more formal or nice settings. But this has been a lot of fun to play with. So anyways, that's a little update. And then this is another pickup that I've had in the last week or so. Of friend of mine by the name of Knife Techs sent this to me, and it's kind of a birthday present, which I really appreciate. And what's really unique about this particular Victorinox, number one, other than the obvious white scales, which is very classy looking, especially when you pair it with this. This was a complete coincidence, by the way, but it fits my personality if you know me at all. Is this serrated blade, which I think is really cool, because if you do carry a Victorinox, you've got your typical main blade, and then you have this little pin blade on here as well. And I never use the main blade on here because I always carry a folder, and so this is kind of redundant. So I was talking with Mr. Knife Techs, and he said, "Man, you ought to pick yourself up one of those Spartans," which is what this is. And he goes, they have that serrated blade on there, and we are both under the impression that we don't really like the combo edge blade. And he's like, if you already carry a folder, he goes, then if you have this, then you have the best of both worlds. You've got a straight edge and you've got a serrated edge. I'm like, you know what? You bring up a very good point there. And then like 2 days later, this shows up in my mailbox, which I think is just awesome. So, for sentimental reasons, this has been nice to have in my EDC rotation. Plus, it's just nice to have. I think it looks great. It has some different functions that your normal, typical Victorinox doesn't have, like the serrated blade. And this also has the plus scales. And what I mean by plus scales, it has your typical tweezers and toothpick, but it also has this little notch up here, and I had to order this off of eBay. It's just a little pin, and it just slips down in there. So in a pinch, if you have this with you but you don't have a pen, then now you have a writing utensil, which is really kind of cool. Of course, you're not going to want to write a whole lot with this, but if you just need to sign something real quick, perfect. And so you can pick these scales up. There's an eBay store called Swiss Bianco Canada, I believe. If you just type in Victorinox white scales, it'll pop up. But you know, I think they're like $10 plus $3.40 shipping. It's very reasonable, and you can replace your scales and make them look like this, which I think is just very unique and very classy looking. So that's going to be in my foreseeable future EDC rotation. And then this I picked up from another YouTuber. It is the Spyderco Sage 1, and I have to say this is the nicest knife that I own. I'm not huge into spending a lot of money on knives, and this is something that I've seen before, and I've always admired it, and I'd always, you know, thought, you know, one day it'd be nice to have that. And then this popped up. Actually, it wasn't on YouTube, it was on Instagram. This guy was selling some of his knives, and this was in, you know, this is one of the knives that he was selling. I was like, you know, so he had a really, I thought, very fair price for it. And so I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, my birthday's coming up. If I maybe work out, you know, where I can sell a couple of my knives that I don't use, maybe it would help fund this. And that's exactly what I did. I ended up selling two knives that I've been carrying actually quite a bit. That SOG Twitch 2, you know, I've been using that for a couple of months now, and it's been a great knife. You know, I ended up selling that, and I ended up selling my Persistence, which ironically is about the exact same size as this, but what you get in the Sage that is a noticeable upgrade is the carbon fiber scales, which I think just look great. I love the look of that. It has the wire clip, which I'm a huge fan of, and then something that I'm not familiar with, because I've never had a knife this nice before, is just the S30V steel. And you know, when I first got this and started, you know, looking at it and playing with it, you can definitely tell and feel a difference in the steel. I mean, it's just it's definitely an upgrade over what my Persistence was. The stock on the blade is much thicker as well, so you can tell that this is a, you know, more heavy duty use knife. And I've had it for less than 24 hours, and this is all I've been doing. It's just playing with this thing. It's very smooth. It's a little tight right now just because it is new, but I'm sure that will loosen up over time. And you know, it does flick. You know, if I really wanted to flick it open, I can. But I'm not a huge flicker anyway, so, you know, I can just like do that, and I'm perfectly okay with that. But this has just been a whole lot of fun to just play with. And, you know, like I said before, I've never had a knife this nice before, so this is, you know, definitely something that I will cherish for a long time, because, you know, I just don't splurge like this very often, so this is kind of nice to have. So anyways, those are my three little EDC updates that I'm going to be, you're probably going to see a lot more of in future videos. And I wanted to give a couple shout outs. The first shout out is to Sierra Oscar Lima 1, and he's on Instagram as well as YouTube. He's got a number of videos, and he's, you know, a little variety, you know, some prepping stuff, some EDC stuff, some gun stuff, some car stuff. You know, he's just kind of a little variety channel. So I've had a good time getting to know him through messaging and whatnot, back and forth, you know, comments. Seems like a really good guy. I like his content on his channel. So if you are interested, go check him out. And then another channel on YouTube, which is actually a new channel. I think he only has 2 videos. Outdoors East Coast. And you know, he only has a couple videos up right now, but they're way better than, like, going back and looking at my first 2 videos. That was embarrassing. His videos are not. So I'm really looking forward to some more videos from him in the future. I think he's, you know, only having 2 videos, I think he's off to a great start. And you know, I think he's going to be putting out a lot more videos here in the future. So, you know, jump on the bandwagon early while you can. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to give a few little shout outs and, you know, do a little EDC rotation update, you know, what I'm going to be using, and you're probably going to be seeing a whole lot of in the near future. So anyways, that's it. I want to keep this kind of short if I can. So that's all. Fort Worth Clock Guy out.